Good day, viewers. And today's lecture is the continuation or second lecture of GSE 322. In our last class, we discussed on the frequency distribution, where I told you the frequency distribution is a process of tabularizing data into a tabular form for data analysis or for easy understanding. So today we are going to discuss on major central tendency. I told you in major central tendency we will discuss on mean, median, and mode. This is not all about major of central tendency. There are other items, but in the context of GSE 322, we are mandated to discuss only on mean, median, and the mode. This mean, median, and the mode, it has on-group data and it has group data. So what is when are we going to use on-group data? And what is the condition that warrant us to use group data? They are all measure of central tendency, but the condition warrant us to use either of the two, either on-group data or group data. We use on-group data when the given items, or when the number of the items in the data are not much, in the sense that they can be what? You can visibly see the most frequently occurring item, or you can easily add off all the items and divide by the number of the items, or you can what? Or you can easily arrange the items in either ascending order or descending order and what? Find out or fish out the value at the center, that is median. Or you can easily fish out, or you can easily fish out the value or the value or the item that repeats itself more than one time, that is mode. So that is the condition in which that warrant us to use on-group data, when the number of the items and the given data is not much. For example, you conduct a test to just 7 students. You see the score or the outcome is going to be, the score is going to be 7. The number of score is going to be 7. So you see that 7 scores or 7 score of 7 students, you can easily add off all those scores and divide by the number by the number of the item, and you can, by mere looking, say that this is the value or this is the score that repeats itself more than one. Or you can what? Easily arrange it, and after the arrangement you say, okay, this is the value at the center. So this is on group data. While group data is a situation where you have a large number of items, in the given data, that is very difficult for you to say that, okay, this is the value at the center, or let me add off all the number of the items and divide by all the items and divide by the number of the items, or this is the mark that repeats itself more than one. For example, you conduct a test to 300 students. You see, the score should be, the number of the items in that data should be what? Should be 300, because each and every student should come out with an individual score. So the number of the items will be what? Will be 300. So in such case, and you want to what? Analyze the data, or you want to find the mean or mode or median, In such case, you cannot say the value that repeats itself more than one time by mere looking. You may hardly see it. And you may hardly find out the number at the center or the value at the center, that is the median. So in that case, such data has to be condensed into a tabular form for you to find the mean, the median, and the mode. So that is the difference or the condition that warrant us to use either group data or ungrouped data. Ungrouped data is when the number of the items is not much, as I said earlier, while group data is when the number of the items is large or is much. So now, I said mean, median, and mode. Mean, median, and mode. Ungrouped. Ungrouped data. So now, like I told you, mean is the average value of the given data, average value of the given data, while median is the what? Value at the center of the data, value at the center of the data, while mode is what? Mode is the value that repeats itself or the item that repeats itself more than one time. There is every possibility in one given data that we may not have modes, or we may have more than one mode. In the case where we have one mode, we call it unimodal data. When we have two modes, we call it bimodal data. When we have three modes, we call it trimodal data. And for the data that has above three modes, we call it multimodal data. So now, write example. Example 1, find mean, comma, median, and mode of the school of 7 students in GSE 322 test. Here in this question, it is 7 students that sat for GSE 322 test. And having obtained the score, we are asked to find the mean score, the median score, and the model score of these 7 students. Now the scores are as follows. That is solution. The scores, let's give it name, X, are as follows. One student score 5, another score 11, another one score 6, another one score 11, another one score 4, another one score 10, another one score 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is what the school of 7 students. So what are we going to do next? We're asked to find mean, median, and mode. So what do we do? To find the mean, because it's first thing we are asked to find, mean implies that x bar, this x bar stands for mean. So now how do we find mean? Is equal to summation of x all over n. Summation of x all over n. You know, this CoE, we name it x. So it means this summation, it means adding off of all the scores divide by the number of the score equal to 5 plus 11 plus 6 plus another 11 plus 4 plus 10 plus 8 divide the number of the items. What is the number of the items? The number of the items is 7. Now what do we do? We need to sum all this. This CoE. Here we have 5 plus 11. We have 16. 16 plus 2 plus 6. We have we have we have 22. 22 plus 11. We have 33. 33 plus 4 is 37. 37 plus 10 is 47. Then here, 47 plus 8 is 55. Therefore, we have 55 over 7. Here we have 55 over 7, which is going to give us 7.857. So this is our mean score. Sorry for the interruption. And then what next? The next one is finding the median. How do we find the median? We find the median by arranging the items in either ascending order or descending order, either from the lowest to the highest or from the highest to the lowest. After the arrangement, then we what? The value that remain at the center is our median. And this is the case of odd median. When you have odd number of the items and you are looking for the median, definitely you are going to have one value at the center. But when the number of items in the data is even and you are finding the median, in such case, you are definitely going to have two values at the center after rearrangement. So what you will do to find the median of such two values is the two values at the center, you add them together and divide by 2. The result you get is the what? Is the median. But in this case, we have school, which we say is X. Then now what do? We arrange. Which one is the lowest? The lowest number is 5, then followed by what? 6. Sorry, the lowest is 4. 4 followed by 5, followed by 6, followed by 8, followed by 10 and 11. 11 also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now, how do we find the median of this? It's simply by counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So our median, the value that remain at the center is 8. Therefore, in this case, our median is 8. As I told you earlier, this is the case of odd number of the items. But when the number of the items is even, we definitely going to have two numbers at the center. So when you have the two numbers, you don't just have to add them together and divide by 2. The result is the median. So now the last one is mode. How do we find the mode? How do we find the mode? The mode, as I told you, is the simplest and straightforward measure of central tendency in ungrouped data, because it's just the value that repeats itself more than one. So when looking at these items, which value repeats itself more than one? It's only 11 that repeats itself more than one. Therefore, our mode is 11. As I told you earlier, we may have a data that doesn't have mode, a data that's no value or no item that repeats itself. Likewise, we may have a data with two modes, or a data with one mode. We call it one mode is unimodal data. Two modes is bimodal. Three modes is trimodal. Above three modes is multimodal. When you have a data with only one mode, that is called unimodal data. When we have two modes, is bimodal data. Three modes, trimodal. Above three modes is multimodal data. So this is the end of today's lecture. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, to ask question in the comment section, to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that once we upload the new lecture, you'll be notified. Thank you for watching until we meet in the next class.